Hey traders, it's Ryan from leprivatebanker.com. I'm just going to do a quick recap on the day for crude oil and the SP500. So just quickly touching base on crude, I'm just going to run through what I did on the day and what I was looking at. So off of the open, we see rotational overnight inventory, and we basically opened up at yesterday's fairest price with a slight imbalance to the buy side, but it's, as I said, still rotational. The expectations that I had on the day was to be a seller. Obviously the path of least resistance is still to the sell side. The fast time frame value is catching up with price, and we were towards the higher end of the previous day's range, so I was looking to be a seller. So off of the open I came in and I sold the market, and I had some quick scales, and the market instantly came back into value, and we see rotations back down to the value area low from the previous day, and from there I just established my core from the high with stops above the high, and I just let the market do its thing. And obviously our crude inventories come out, the market spiked down aggressively, and we just had no follow through, and the market bounced back up again and basically took out this one time frame in pattern. So I ended up well, first of all I tried adding to my core from the value area high, and then when we just see no follow through and there was a lot of absorption at Vwap, I ended up just scratching the trade, and I waited for more information. And what ended up happening is with FOMC we see an imbalance to the buy side a little bit, with a buyer stepping in, and then we just see this balance before the FOMC minutes came out. And the FOMC minutes came out, and the market spiked up, and we tested some key sort of references on the higher time frame, which were being the halfway back on the week. We had the developing value area high for the week, we had the developing value area low for this month, and there's just some key confluences up there when we see this liquidity vacuum up. So basically I just established a short position from here, and we see a nice rotation from one side of value to the other on the week. I mean, I don't normally trade the FOMC minutes like this, but with what we were seeing today, this was just a beautiful trade on crude, and I'm actually still holding a small portion of my position here from the 75-30 area, with the expectations of a possible gap down in tomorrow's trade. Now, I mean, we've seen this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 day accumulation here, and we've basically been trading this big engulfing bar in this bracket I'm showing. And also, like I said, the expectation is from the price action I saw today and the current market situation is to see further downside tomorrow. I mean, the current pit low was made today, but we've still got a lot of downside on the Globex that's not been tested yet. I mean, we see a low put in of 73.25, and that is untested territory in the pit session in a minute. So looking to come down and possibly clean up them areas now as this trend is continuing to the downside. On the S&P, I'm just going to quickly go over briefly. I mean, like I was explaining yesterday, then I was possibly looking at this to be, I'm not trying to pick a top. I mean, it does look pretty toppy, and I was looking for yesterday to have been like an inventory grab sort of day and some potential downside, but we sold off nicely to the previous day's lows, but then into the FOMC minutes we just spiked back up again and spiked down, and we're basically just filling in some volume here. So I mean, it does, I hate to say it, but it does look like we're going to continue higher. I mean, one of the expectations was either to spike down and then keep below this 43 range, and maybe see a potential down move down to sort of 26s, but I mean, this just didn't happen. We come down, we've seen some buyers responsive here, and for the moment, I mean, it's game on for higher prices, what it looks like. I mean, if we look at the current composites that I'm tracking, I mean, we just couldn't trade below this 2040 area, and this distribution does look half complete now. So I mean, it does look like we could be potentially heading higher in the S&P, which I just find it hard to believe. But if we do look at all of the Vwaps, and we are in balance to the buyer side. We were seeing imbalance to the buyer side, and we've created high value this week, but we are starting to see rotational behaviour come into the market. And on the quarterly, we are showing imbalance to the buy side still. So until we really see some responsive selling here and we break this 5 exponential moving average with a potential pullback down, then the path of least resistance is to the buy side. So there was no real bad reaction from the FOMC minutes that came out today. So we'll just have to continue to monitor this market and just see where we go from here. Anyway, I'll leave it at that, and I hope you all traded well and safely into FOMC minutes, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. Take care and goodbye.